episode where I did Faction Feud during the show. So, okay, fair enough. Then it's not been 3 years. It's probably been two or 1.5 or something. Because Martin's
it's more like 2 because I align it with when I started consulting. I dropped off pretty quickly then, didn't I? And I've been there now for just over 2 years. So,
well, that does leave
Mini Matters, a miniature painting podcast.
Fucking hell. It's like, do you know what? I found out that we used to do a podcast together. You and I.
What? How long's it been now? Because,
That's what I wanted to do. Right. Welcome everyone to the 6th episode of season 4.
So, in some ways, some things never change.
No, and nor should they, right? Yeah, well, welcome everybody. If you are a new listener, you will be wondering what the fuck is going on. And that is Lionel, House of Dessa on Instagram. I'm joined by him. And a little brief history. Lionel and I started the podcast in 2019 now, which is fucking mental, by the way.
Is it that long ago?
Yeah, I remember because we knew each other, right, from the course, from Alfonso's? No, we did afterwards, did we?
We met on an Alfonso course, but not the original one that you were on.
Yeah, as in you and I didn't meet on the journey with him, did we?
No.
Yeah,
no,
right.
We signed up the journey
sat
after
me.
me.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right, cool. So 2019 is when we started the podcast. And I wanted to do a brief, I forgot I wanted to do it, but like timelines of all the different cool shit that's happened, like the breaks, when we got free stuff, like, you know, and then presenting a timeline on a thing, because I thought that would have been relatively cool. But obviously...
I think the problem is we didn't achieve much.
No, we did. We achieved spending time with each other. Well, so friendship. Somebody, was it you or someone else? LG knew Lionel. We've got, we replaced you, Lionel. There's a natural Lionel now who helps us out. He does our shorts.
What, a real
Michael.
person?
Yeah, you met him. You met him at Monty, right?
Oh, right. No, but I knew there was an AI Lionel.
Yeah, well, we don't talk about that. That's... No, we said beep. That's no LG does he does our like social media stuff. That's why it's so good.
But he's not called Lionel.
We call him Lionel.
Right. Okay.
He's. I mean, he has a real name. He's a real person.
Yeah.
I talk to him.
He might prefer you to use his real name as opposed to personality on him.
Yeah, I guess so. Shit. I hadn't thought about that. Sorry, Michael. I sometimes call him NJ, and then I remember he's not into those sort of same thing. Anyway, so the episode, right? Fucking, this is the old podcast. Now I didn't realize, or I'd completely forgotten that we used to have the Dessa and Hutper show. Is that what we used to call it?
I don't think we ever called it. There was just the Hutper show, and then just one that we did together once Pete left.
No, but we did loads, mate. I mean, this isn't really...
we did podcasts together, but it wasn't named...
I think, no, it was. Like, right. We had the news desk. We did that for a little bit. It was a train wreck, to be honest, but we had... Right, look, let me do desk into our search.
Yeah, we had news desk.
We did. We literally had a thing called the Hutper and Dessa show. And I had forgotten about that No, I'm looking. It went to episode... 12, 13. We did 13 episodes of that, Lionel, and I have zero memory of it.
I don't have any memory of it, and I'm usually quite...
Yeah.
It was actually called the Hutper and Dessa show.
Yeah, and we got like average, say, like 400 listeners a week, right?
Really?
Yeah. We used to get 24 comments, 10 comments. One episode got 1 comment, so that wasn't very good, apparently. 10 comments. Anyway, we used to... So nothing's changed. The only difference is we've got Arnau and Martin.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
It's like the Sugar Babes. Every so often we just change the lineup. Or you change it. I say we.
Yeah.
It's not me anymore.
Well, I'm like the league Sugar Babe, aren't I? The Chinese one. She was half Chinese, wasn't she? But whatever.
Was she the lead? She was the first one who
Wasn't
left.
she the longest? Oh, was she? Ooh.
No, she was the first one who left.
That's you then. That's you. You can be the Chinese girl. Asian, okay. So it's close enough, right? It's geographically it's closer. So today's episode, right? What do we have planned, Lionel? We, of course, are bringing back Fastest Race Car for you.
Brilliant.
Do you remember that?
I do remember, yeah.
Yeah, good.
I had hoped some of the features might have, because how long has it been? How long has it been? It must be at least
2 years. 2 years. Yeah. Let me have a look.
In some ways, it feels like a long time. In some ways, it doesn't feel like long enough.
Well, Lionel, 3 years to the day was the last episode that went out. Apparently,
with us together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Three fucking hell, 3 years. Well, that leads me on to right. Anyway, so we've also got the new segment called Grotbusters. Now you'll have no idea what that is, do you?
Did you mention it in Monty?
Yeah, but why would you remember it? Like, basically, Grotbusters is a small game show. I give you the initials, okay?
Oh, it's Blockbusters, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. Okay. I could have I forgot actually that I stole the idea completely from Blockbusters. We did have like Family Feud, Family Fortunes, but there's only 2 of us and I know the questions. So it's a bit. So you could do a one player. I asked people at Monty, but we've done those now. And then I've asked people, they've submitted answers to us. So they're real questions.
Right, okay.
You just will be competing by yourself, right? And it's called Faction Feud, is the name.
Right.
And then we've got Thought of the Day, basically, and that is just a dribbling
your
of
thought. Yeah,
it's just every now and then when I think of something, I write it down, and then you pick a number 1 to 7, and then we talk about it. But we didn't originally talk about it, but somehow they're like sometimes they're conversational. And then I wanted to talk about AI and the new whatever the new Chinese.
C something 2.0, isn't it?
Yeah. I feel like that is relatively interesting for me and us. So I should say, I'm not just here for me. And we can do Ask the Artist, and you and I can try and answer some of these fucking questions that are meant for our now and Martin. And that,
I was about to say what we need is an artist.
Yeah, not us. Fuck me, not us. So the fact that it's been 3 years is mind-boggling. So I will tell you. So the free stuff that we've got since you've left, Lionel. Okay, right. Since you've left, guess how much we've got?
I don't know if you. Where's this coming from? Is this coming from listeners or is this coming from companies?
This would be from companies or listeners, but more likely.
You're not going to give me a hint. If you give me a hint,
no.
I actually think listeners tend to be more generous than companies. So if they're coming from listeners, I think if they know you're doing projects and you're talking about projects, I think they could be quite generous. If it's from companies, because it's more of a what do you call it? A business situation. They tend not to
slap my back, I'll slap yours.
Yeah, they tend not to be as generous. So I'm going to say you're getting most of your stuff from listeners, I would say. And I think listeners generally are quite generous.
They weren't when we were doing it. That's for fucking sure.
Well, you've got to have the right presenters, haven't you? All I hear is now, you know what, Lionel, since you've left, it's going from strength to strength.
People are loving it. I'm getting messages saying, please don't bring him back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'll boycott if he comes back for even one episode.
Well, that's 7 listeners that we've got now, Lionel. We'll go down to 6, so it'll be all right. We've got around 6 or 7 consistent listeners now. So
no, you must have more than that.
Nah. Right, what happened is, do you know all the listeners we had before? Quinton, Quintavious.
Yeah.
They don't listen anymore. We lost them all.
I don't want to say that's because they left with me. No, I'm joking.
Well, I mean,
you must have a bigger following though, just off the back of Martin's and Arnout's.
No, you'll be surprised. Like, oh, hold on, I shouldn't do that in show, should I? Should rearrange my head. Nah, we're really a cult following still. Now, do you want to change your mind on the answer on how much free stuff we've got?
No, because once again, I still think when it comes to, like, I watch other podcasts,
popular ones, successful podcasts.
No, because like I said, I'm into my comic books now. I'm into my, we'll talk about it later probably.
Yeah.
My movie. So I tend to watch those kind of shows. And what you find is you do get a loyal cohort of listeners who will always contribute. So I don't think the fact that you may have a smaller audience means that they're any less generous. I think if anything,
there should be more.
Well, not more. I just
They should know. In fairness, listeners, you are lazy and you don't give back, and we do want more free stuff.
I hope this question is going somewhere to the
it's
point
leading.
Where you have
No.
I hope it's not a case of
no. We've absolutely nothing. No, well, LG gave me 2 killer cans, and that was greatly appreciated. And I did that on.
What's the retail on a killer can?
Probably 40 quid for a box.
Exactly.
I'd say. Yeah, 30. Let's say like pro rata, 28 quid maybe worth of models. Yeah. But it wasn't the money.
It's the effort that they've actually thought about it.
We brought it to Monty. I did my Taskmasters. Do you know what Taskmasters are?
Yeah, we started.
Oh right, yeah.
Wow, wow.
Did we? We didn't go very far. Oh, of course we did. Wait a sec. I'm still
getting my royalty checks from the Taskmasters. Keep rolling in every week.
I just fucking realised us three did podcasts. You, me, and R now.
How can you not know that? The first Taskmaster we did was Paint and Termagant, and I've got my Hulk Pez dispenser, which was another Taskmaster.
Oh, you're right.
In fact, the irony is, for 2 months, I was the only one who did the bloody Taskmaster.
Yeah. You could almost say that Arnau and I pushed you out. It's like bullying at work, where they want to get rid of you, but they don't fire you, but they just bully you.
They make it very difficult. And come on, guys, you think we have to paint Pez?
And then we don't do it, and then me and Arnau laugh about it on. Idiot did his bloody Pez dispenser. So I forgot that what were our podcasts like? Season 2, maybe. Season 2? No. I fucking do you remember many of them though?
Oh, well, yeah. I remember a lot of. Yeah, they had similar features.
Right, so we had Taskmasters. Yeah. All right, I'm not going to look it up now. I did that last episode where I did Faction Feud during the show. So, okay, fair enough. Then it's not been 3 years. It's probably been 2 or 1.5 or something. Because Martin's
it's more like 2 because I align it with when I started consulting. I dropped off pretty quickly then, didn't I? And I've been there now for just over 2 years. So,
well, that does lead very nicely to the meat of it, Lionel. I mean, what we could do is we could do a quick fastest race car, get the listeners to know you who they don't know you.
Yeah.
And then we can jump into it. All right. So,
okay, let's see how well I know myself.
Fastest race car for anybody who doesn't know, because basically the irony is we don't get new listeners either, right? What we've switched to this new like shorts model where LG or Lionel cuts up the episodes for us, and then we put them out, right? And we get like 90% of our views are just through these shorts, so no one bothers fucking looking at the
on and where they're posted on
Instagram,
social media or YouTube.
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Mate,
you're on TikTok now.
Fuck yeah, we are. Hold on, I don't know how many listeners we get though. Probably, I think we're getting like 800 views on each one of those videos, which is not bad. But
nice.
On Instagram, we're getting like 16,000 views, mate. We're kicking off.
Really?
People are loving it. LG's like, I got the video. That makes him seem like a weird little wanker. That was more me saying that he's wanking over the popularity of the video.
Wait a minute. Are we reversing? Have we answered the question about how much stuff you've got since I left?
Right. So
you started with the 2 killer cans, and then you.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was expecting.
No, absolutely nothing. No. Do you know what feeds us is the comments.
The joy you bring
of spending time together. That, we don't want free stuff. We do. We're desperate. We are genuinely desperate for free stuff. And I'm not afraid to. I will beg, if it means like. In fairness, Mally from hold on. I know who Mally is. It's not the company. So Monument Paints. So
yeah,
we have He basically said he'll give me some stuff, but I'm gonna test them out and give it a ride, right? So when that comes through, we will have made it, and you can suck on a what is it? Lemon?
I think a lemon's the polite. I think that's the polite thing somebody can suck on.
Depends if you're married. Right. So nothing free. Fast as a race car. I can't do the jingle.
Okay.
Fast as a race car.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've started doing the jingles just with my voice, to be honest. Right. Okay. When you stopped painting regularly, did it feel like relief or guilt?
Kind of neither, because I substitute painting. I'm still doing a little bit, but I substituted it with another hobby. I've fallen massively into drawing and, well, first comic books. So first comic books and graphic novels. I've picked up that hobby again from when I was younger. Now that we've got a Forbidden Planet locally in Derby, as I did when I came back to Games Workshop, I buy a couple, that will be it. No, now I'm there every week picking up 30. It's become a complete obsession, and I'm looking at redesigning my hobby room around it. So as a result, I've got my reading chair over there in the corner. I tend to read
on your pipe, I guess.
Exactly, the only way. And off the back of that, I started drawing again, which I can do with the girls as well. So neither really. I don't feel guilt, and I don't feel relief. It's just something I'm not partaking of at the moment. But
that's not the question, Lionel. That's not the question.
Okay.
There might be another one.
It's meant to be fast as a race car.
Yeah. But no, it's fine. We can do slow and shit and beside the point. I think it's fine. Like, but look, right, just to go on to comics. My hobby. Look.
It's yeah, but you know, wait. This magic though, isn't it? So you also know that's my hobby as well now.
Right, and that's why I was leading. But
was it my hobby before? It was your hobby though.
Yeah. You started it. You were the one who were like, bring your cards to Monty, and I was like, definitely, mate.
Yeah, and you didn't.
Well, I didn't know how to play. Anyway, what did you replace with the hobby time, which you've already answered? So
yeah, comic books, RPG, and card games, primarily Magic.
But do you miss painting, or do you miss at least being part of the community?
The latter. I don't, like I said, I'm in a Blood Bowl league at the moment, and I've got a Yeti on my desk that I'm painting. So I'm not painting, but I can go 2 weeks without picking up a brush, and unless there's a reason for me to paint. But yeah, it was always the latter one for both of us. It was always about the community and the social aspect. The painting led to that. I don't think for us it was ever about the painting first and the community second. It was an excuse to socialize.
Fast as a race car. Fuck it. This is slow as a race car as you want to be.
I'm sorry.
No. Because I've got questions. Because you say that, but you were very orientated on shows, and you liked commitment and trying to do well in these things, right? Which is... Yeah,
of course. Because can you imagine, Jamie, somebody going to a painting show annually and not entering and not trying?
Imagine.
That would be a fool's errand. So when I was there, obviously I wanted to do that. But the thing that drew us back, and now, particularly Monty this year, is spending time with one another. And I think that's another reason why these other hobbies have overtaken painting for me, because it's more social. It leads to me sitting around a table and socializing with somebody.
That's true. After the right, let's finish, then we can jump in. Yeah, you're right. Okay. And when you walked back into your hobby space after a break, it doesn't really work. But what was the first thought you had? Again, it doesn't work because you're going to convert it into.
Yeah, well, my hobby room's divided up into two halves really at the minute. I've got all my reading and stuff over there, my comic books and my graphic novels, and my painting desk here. I just walked past it. In reality, I didn't. It didn't even occur to me to feel anything about the desk and the paints.
So this happened to me, but did you find that your standards got higher or lower while you were away for painting? The thing is, you're not back painting, so
no.
No,
I'm not. I've been doing a bit, and to be honest, I don't procrastinate as much as I did. I don't overthink it. I just do it. And like I said, I think the other issue as well is since I've been drawing more, that's informed me better on painting. So there's things when I'm drawing or maybe doing some coloring with the girls that I think, well, actually, next time I paint a model, I'll try that. Because when you're drawing, you're creating all the information yourself, right? When you're painting, well, when I used to paint, used to interpret shapes, whereas now I think I have the ability to put more information on the model if I could be bothered.
It's a really interesting one though, because I've been thinking that recently, right? So like doing this podcast and then having like the counsellor Arnell that's around, and Martin, and then consuming all these magic cards, I've really realized how little I understand about where to put things. Right? Oh, I forgot about that, Lionel.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. Absolutely fucking squat. It's changed. Like I'm really like conscious. I'm trying to move away from the style that I've developed over the last few years, which is like heavy metal plus, as it were. You know, like mostly clean and then just non-realistic, as it were. Just, you know, what's that word?
But that was intentional though for that Eldar project, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah. No, but also like I realized that where I want to position myself painting wise is nowhere near where I'm at, if that makes sense. And looking at all this artwork, I'm just in awe of it. The space, Spider-Man one less so, except for a couple of artworks that I think are really, really good. But the Lorwyn, did you get any of the Lorwyn?
Yeah, I did.
Right, like so, almost all those artworks are just like, fuck, man.
Yeah,
they really are inspiring, and I realize I'm so far away from being able to reproduce that stuff, right? And then I was talking to Arnau on Saturday. We went to the pub and played Magic, etc. Right, and he was at the same boat. He's like, man, I wish I was drawing more, and I'm not even sure I could recreate what I do on a 2D. Right. And I was like, I think it's quite transferable though, isn't it? Because if you understand volumes, you understand color, it's like, you don't need, why do you need a model to kind of do that? Like, so it's interesting you're saying that by painting, it unlocks stuff.
Yeah, I think drawing is more akin to sculpting, and I think coloring in is more akin to painting.
Yeah.
Because when you're painting, the bones and the structure's there because a model exists. Whereas when you're drawing, you're creating something from nothing. So I think in that sense, drawing is probably more akin to being a sculptor.
Yeah. I mean, it's the things are pretty similar-ish. Yeah. As close as they could be. Like the comic book artists who coloring in, right? They are coloring in multiple colors. Yeah. Where the artist hasn't drawn. They're the filling in the volumes basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know which one's harder, but volumes is something like
I've been so you can get, particularly with DC, you can get something called DC Unwrapped, and what they are is they're the graphic novels, but just in the pencils, as the penciler has done them.
That's quite
and it's interesting reading them, seeing actually how much more the inker puts on, how much more the colorist puts on. You know, you'll look at some artists and think, well, Jim Lee, you know, who's amazing, and he is amazing. He's an amazing artist. But when you see his sketches in the raw, not only are they amazing, but you realize how much more the others add to it.
Yeah.
So, for example, inkers get a hard time because people call them tracers and say they don't add anything, but they do. When you see a pencil drawing and the inker afterwards and how they've interpreted all those lines, and then, like you said, the colorist on top, they all equally contribute.
Because if you think, like, it must be hard or a massive skill if you're the artist drawing to then let the other people fill in the details. You know, you're not shading with pencils. You're literally just Bosch, right? It must be weird.
Yeah, let go. Yeah.
And then but because you always used to talk about it. You're always like, I'm studying these things, and I think you and I now were talking about it as well. You know, you were looking at artworks a lot more and drawing inspiration. So I've got, let's finish Faster the Race Car. What were you most surprised about when you stepped away?
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it that much. I mean, because I was naturally distracted by new hobbies and new interests. And it's not just that. There's the other things, you know, we've discussed it about fitness and investing and things like that. So I just filled it with a lot of other information and noise and studying. So I didn't miss it.
You're making me want to stop. No, right. No. Well, it's like the opposite of a sad story. It's like the success of someone who stepped away. The thing is, I stepped away for, I mean, just the same as you. Right. If no one ever asked you to paint again, do you think you ever would? So there was no
Oh,
pressure.
yeah. Yeah, there's still that draw. Like I said, sometimes I'll be reading a graphic novel, or I'll go into Forbidden Planet, and I'll see that week's new releases, and I'll look at a cover, and like you said, I'll start studying it and thinking, "Oh right, I like the way they've interpreted this." And I'm always thinking with my painter's head in terms of when I do get near my paint desk again, that's something I could do. I think the difference is when I used to study before, I used to study in order to attempt to make me a better painter. Whereas now I'm enjoying the medium naturally, and unconsciously taking away the learnings.
I mean, I don't know if I need to see your works, Lionel, but it's like the holy ground. That's where you want to be, right? And that's where we were when we were younger. A lot of these podcasts that we've been doing with our now, has been like around just me and then those two listening and me just complaining at like, I want to do this. I've got this in my head. I want to try all this shit, right? And the reality we always come back to is like when you were young, you would just do it. You would just learn because you were just fucking having fun and doing it. And we've kind of stripped out the fun somehow.
I think, for example, there's a lot to be said. We've had conversations, haven't we, with Albert and whatnot, where go to a gallery, look at some of the greats, the Impressionists, look at how they put down paint. That makes sense, okay? But that feels a bit like homework. That feels like a school trip. However, you go to your local, an interest, for you, it might be anime. With me, it's graphic novels. It's a bit like tricking the kids into doing their homework. Make them learn through fun, and they don't realize they're learning. And I think that's what it is. And I think before we were studying, and there is some truth in it, but it felt like homework. I don't enjoy the portrait, but I'm going to study the portrait because I'm told if I look at it long enough, I'll take something away. Whereas if you look at mediums you like you said, your magic cards. I've been looking at the magic cards, and I've been looking at some of the stuff that is coming out in the Turtles release, and the art's amazing. The art's amazing. I always say it's a crime actually how good the art is on magic cards, because magic players do not care about the art.
It's true.
I've heard some of the competitive ones say they could just be blank pieces of paper with numbers on them because they play they play the mechanics.
They don't
care about the art.
Yeah,
the art's amazing.
Like having gone, Arno and I started on Pokemon, right? In Essen. And now we're in, and I don't miss Pokemon. Like, I realize now, Pokemon really, no offense to anybody who does Pokemon, but it is literally a child's game, right? Like, compare, like, let's see if we can do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just two random cards I've picked up. And this is a proper illustrative art. And it's, the art styles change drastically. Like, I don't know why I'm holding it up for anyone, but, it's fucking, it's amazing.
But also what's amazing about it is it would be so easy to take existing art from these IPs. So for Spider-Man, they commission all new art.
It's amazing. I wish Games Workshop had as much art as they did, because there must be like 500,000 artworks. Is that right? How often do they release new sets? It's only 300 a set, isn't it? So 3 times a year, 4 times a year.
We were saying it was in it every 3 months, but Arnell was saying you don't include the IP ones, whereas I do. So wasn't it every 2 to 3 months?
4 a year, yeah. So let's say 40,000 artworks, unique artworks, and GW probably has like 3,000, or at least how it feels. It might be different. If there's an artist listening, they might correct me and tell me I'm a dickhead. But yeah, I envy the artwork a lot. But it's true. I'm consuming a lot of artwork and looking. But I am sick of it because I'm sick of talking about it because I look at it and don't do it.
Yeah, but that's the beginning step, is it? Just appreciate it.
It's amazing. I think that's a really weird shift. I've never cared about artwork at all, ever. Until
you cared about Warhammer artwork.
Yeah, but not in an artistic sense. This is what I liked as a kid. Versus, I'm consuming this because I like it. It's been like 2 months. 2.5 months since we went Warhammer World. I think when you weren't there, me and Arnau went, and you had a wedding or something, and it was that something cracked in my brain there to open up this weird fucking appreciation that I never had. But it also is it's opened up, but now it's also like, maybe put pressure. I don't know. Anyway, is coming back. Yeah. So if you come back, are you going to come back for a competition, enjoyment, or habit?
I think it's going to be competition. I don't want to go to Monty again this year without a new piece. So I just happened to take one out of the cabinet last year, which was better than nothing, but still not great. So it'll be competition.
So that leads us into, right, hold on. You won't be able to see, Lionel, because we're on, I've got what is on the screen now is the models that you've painted, okay, from your Instagram. And just to give people an idea, no one's ever seen my models either, so you're in a privileged position. But why am I wanting to show the models? To talk it through, maybe? Whatever. So on the screen is the big bird, purple and orange. Commission?
That was done for local store owner.
A while ago.
Yeah, if you look at the dates, I've not been on there for a year, 2 years. Like I said, when I stopped doing mini masters,
it just switched out.
Is when I kind of fell off. I kind of stayed on social media for painting because of mini matters, not the other way around.
Yeah, I see.
So naturally, because I pursued other interests, I just haven't fed that.
Okay, well, I'll show them all. Oh, but the bird's arse. That's good photo. Thanks, Lionel. Then we've got your tank, which I actually think should have done well in Golden Demon, especially that year. But yeah, nothing. Didn't get a pin. Wolverine. Oh, interesting. So this is a bit of a journey, I guess, now, isn't it? So you did the Wolverine for Monty, right?
Which was 2 years ago now? Yeah, 2 years ago.
Somebody reminded me, and we'll get there, right? And it was a bad model, right? Was the end result is what you kind of learned. Because the paint job's fine. It's nice, but the model, it doesn't give you much room to express, right? Yeah, more bird, more Wolverine. And an asshole of a big blob monster. So this is what I wanted to show them. So I forgot, would you mind? You placed in Monty.
The one just gone, yeah.
Yeah. You got Masters.
Bronze in Masters, which I was very happily surprised about.
I shouldn't be annoyed. I should be happy for my mate. But
it doesn't mean you're playing catch up for once, though.
I know. Well, that's the thing, right? So
that completed my retirement. Once I jumped ahead of you, I thought, that's it.
Don't need to do anything else. So I recently re-released our post World Model Expo video, right?
Okay.
You, me, and R now. I didn't watch it back.
the one where I was a broken man.
Yeah, right. I liked it.
The irony is, it was the same piece.
Was it the same one? The exact
same piece.
That's
the irony.
So you didn't get anything in standard?
I didn't get anything in...
Oh no, you got standard bronze.
That's it, yeah. And I'd hoped it'd done better. And then it's placed bronze in Masters in Monty.
Yeah, to go from standard to anyway, we don't need to go to the judging. But interestingly, right, so in that video, you were talking to me and hoping that my placing would motivate me to paint, right? Because I got gold in standard.
Yeah.
And you obviously failed miserably, and that was what that whole video was, right? So if no one, I don't know, I assume it didn't get many views this second time around, but if no one's seen it, it's worth going and watching just to see the journey of us, and then come back to here, right? So hold on, I think I've got the piece, which was the whole point of having the photos. No, just ball sack. Was it doing it randomly? Hold on, fuck, that might be why.
It's like a real life example of sometimes you learn more from adversity than you do from comfort.
Yeah. Hold on. All right, I should pause, shouldn't I? Hold on, I'll pause. All right, here we go. It's on the screen now, the bust. So this is what you got bronze masters for, right?
Yeah.
Fuck, I've completely forgotten what I was going to say.
About you saying I had hopes that you winning gold would...
There you go. So interestingly, I think I don't know if this is true, correct me if I'm wrong, but getting gold actually completely demotivated me. And it wasn't like an active demotivation, right? It was much more like, well, fuck it. Like, what do I need to do now? I realized it the other day.
I've arrived.
Yeah, I'd achieved what I wanted to achieve. And it was like, I've clocked it. And when you clock a game, you don't just go and replay the game, do you?
Yeah.
But it's an interesting outlook because it means that I was only painting to get good or to do something, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't painting to enjoy it effectively. I don't know if that's true. I'm trying to work it out now, but it shows that there was something disconnected maybe. So do you think that happened to you? But not really, right? Because you'd already stopped and then you went to Monty. But that's the same as me with Azerman.
Yeah, mine...
It is identical, in fact.
Yeah, mine didn't stop. Like I said, I think mine is linked to Mini Matters. I think once I stopped doing Mini Matters, I stopped having a reason to paint because a lot of it was, well, we're going to talk about what we're doing, so I best do something. Or there'd be a taskmaster, or there'd be you're actively involved. If you're delivering, I say delivering news, I say that quite tongue in cheek, delivering news and part of the community, you've got to be picking up a brush and doing something. And I think once that...
I wasn't.
Yeah, well, one of us had to, Jamie. So I was thinking, once that wasn't there wasn't the need for me to pick up the brush and do something.
So I get it. It's like you had some moral or not moral, but some obligation to wanting to, yeah.
Yeah, in some ways, what we wanted to do with Mini Matters was we wanted it to inspire us to paint, and it did. It gave us a reason.
That is true.
It gave us a reason to paint. But when you're not...
Well, I literally stopped painting the day we started Mini Matters. Thinking about it, 2019 was my last. Like, I did do painting. I just not real like free. I don't know. I think I've got it in my head that I want to do this like art type of painting where you can bring alive a model, you know, with all this free. So interesting. You've done it a bit more on your samurai, right? Color interpretation, like tones moving around and light and that's kind of I want to do that, but maybe a little bit less refined.
You want more narrative, storytelling, arguably.
No. Well, yeah, but I mean, dioramas is what I really love. But no, more like almost like what Mark did for Alfonso. You know that like brushstroke motherfucking bust.
Yeah.
Now,
and it's Jamie as well. Jamie, who we met at SMC, he does a lot of that. He's very impressionistic and
that's
with his brushstrokes.
That's a great listener that we lost. That's another example of the old guard that we lost. You know, because he did used to listen.
Yeah, he's like I said, I've not been in the hobby space or the social media space, but the last time I saw him post, I saw him posting. He's now delivering courses and whatnot, isn't he?
There you go, fucking hell.
He's now being recognised.
And we were there, and then he got too good, and then he left us, and it had nothing to do with that. We stopped releasing episodes, and we sporadically did one episode every like 4 months, and we used to say we're back all the time. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember announcing we're back.
I've forgotten about that. Like we spoke a lot about Monty, not we in the podcast, not you and I, and how it's very I don't find it motivating or inspirational, right? When I go there, you might find it more than I do. Like, do you ever come away like last Monty that we went to 2025? Did you come away thinking I'm going to fucking paint, or were you just like it's the same as I was before I came, right?
No, I think it is. I do think for me, it's still the most inspiring painting show there is there, but you've got to be in that headspace. So it's not to say that there wasn't anything inspiring there, but I think you and I had checked out of painting then. So
that is true.
And like we really enjoyed the Monty we just went, but there might as well not be models there because we never we never interacted at that level, did we? We weren't there for about the painting. We didn't care about the entries. We didn't care about what people had painted. We were there to see people. Definitely wanted to see people and socialize with people.
It literally was a holiday.
It was a holiday.
Yeah. I like. So are you interestingly right? Before Monty last year, 2025, we both said it was our last Monty before.
Yeah.
I've now changed my opinion on that because I think I enjoyed it so much for some reason.
Yeah.
But I don't quite know what changed. Like we just had a good time?
Yeah, I think it's the first. Well, because isn't that the first one we've been to where I wasn't part of Mini Matters? So as a result, there wasn't the pressure to do the content.
Yeah.
And therefore, because we weren't doing the content, we could just relax. Because otherwise, you're humping a camera around. You're thinking about what shall we do here? Is this an opportunity to make a video or interview somebody? So I think it's the first Monty we went without the baggage of Mini Matters, and as a result, we could just enjoy it.
It was much more relaxing, wasn't it? I have to say, like,
and there's some cracking new restaurants as well. I think that.
Oh shit! Yeah, of course, steak restaurant. Do you know what? I've not found a steak as good as that anywhere else.
Or as big.
Yeah, for cheap, €70 or something. Cheap relative if anyone's like broke and finds that offensive. But yeah, it was a very good Monty. It was.
Yeah.
But does it, like, knowing that we're going again, does it even make you want to paint?
I think near to the time I will. It's already
pressure,
the back
though,
of my mind. I already started a piece, didn't I? Late last year afterwards, a Hellboy piece.
Okay.
Which could be done by the end of the year.
Could be, maybe.
Well, like I said, I would say about 50-60% of him is done. The base hasn't even been started yet, but it just depends. But that's what's nice about it. I might pick it up, I might do a few bits on it, and I might leave it again for another 3 or 4 weeks. And if it's not ready by then it's not ready. I have as well commissioned Jason to do a piece for me. Yeah.
Interesting. A Space Wolf or?
No. So he's going to mod a Marvel Crisis Protocol piece for me. So we've been talking about it on WhatsApp. And if you are listening, Jason, I apologize. I'm rubbish in terms of responding to any messages whatsoever. So I do know your message is there. I will get back to you. But yeah, we are
public apology there for you, Jason. Yeah. Well played, mate. You've earned that, to be fair.
Yeah, I am. Look, in many ways, between 9 to 5 when I'm working and to a degree in the evening, I just don't have my phone by me anymore, which means I'm very hard to comment. But it means I've got so much stuff done in the interim.
Yeah, I liken that to I just don't care enough. So it's a thin line, isn't it? It's a thin line.
No. It assures you that when you have my attention, you have my complete attention.
Full attention, yeah.
Yeah.
My wife wishes.
You're my focus. Jason's always my focus anyway.
I like Jason, to be fair.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. He's a good kid.
Don't have time for him.
Even though he's American.
You know, the one thing I do still is, even though I'm not much on social media, is when I'm having a bad day, I do go onto his posts and I just hear his calming voice.
Oh, does he do those kind of posts? Does he?
Oh, have you not watched his Valborg?
I can't do Instagram.
Watch them. They're so calming.
Okay.
Fire in the background. He's in the woods. He's with
more calming than me. Like.
Oh, complete opposite of you. Complete opposite of you.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, I'll give that a go. If you can send me his link for his Instagram.
I will do.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you very much. Right. Well, I mean, we're not necessarily done with this, but thought of the day. Are you ready?
Yep.
Pick a number.
Was that fast as a race car done?
That's fast as a race car. Yeah.
Right,
that was the shittest fast ever. But you know what? We're still together. That's the most important thing. 1 to 7. Now, just the thought of the day. They are just like scramblings of a madman. They're kind of like, if you were to walk in...
You don't need to explain it to me. I've known you for years.
Okay, good. Hit me. Pick one.
Oh, let's go with 5.
Not the best one, to be honest with you. It's just normal. I mean, why does the second mouthful of whiskey taste better than the first?
That's your thought? Is it rhetorical?
That's it. That's the thought. Right. That's the thought of the day. But
probably because you're one step closer to being merry.
You reckon it's that simple? I thought maybe like some taste buds are burnt off.
It's your thought, mate.
Go on, pick another number. That was rubbish.
Let's go with 3.
Okay. Oh, this is all right. This one. Hold on. Sometimes when I think about this, okay, it doesn't. It baffles me. Now, you know how like you pick up something heavy and you're like, oh fuck, that's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then you drop it. You're like, oh, thank God for that. And then you have like buildings, right? And they're exponentially heavier than the thing you picked up.
Yeah.
But they're supported by, you know, physics and they don't fall down. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have the fucking world, right? It doesn't make sense. How heavy is the globe? Infinitely heavy, right? But it floats in space around something else that has gravity. And they just spin round. It just, it does. Lano, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
It does. If you read the right books, they explain it to you, Jamie. They explain how it works.
Yeah, but there's something missing, and they're still trying to find it, I guess, right? The whole dark matter.
The two things that really confuse me when they talk about it, it's linked to what you say. It's linked. That the world, that the universe is still expanding, but the universe is infinite. How can
Expand
it be both?
into anything. Yeah, exactly.
How can it be both?
I don't know. I was reading today that they believe that space is actually a liquid, but it's so viscous, so like, fuck me, like.
Is that
really,
what the scientist said?
I just didn't read the article. Didn't want to.
Yeah.
Like. Right. There's this rock, solid rock, that this scientist was like, no, that's a liquid. And they were like, no, it's not. It's clearly a fucking rock. I can smash it. It breaks apart.
Yeah.
And he was like, it is. And he put it in a tube. And over 100 years, it flowed down and like really slowly.
Over 100 years. When did they start? This is rubbish.
No,
The
the experiment's still going. Like, it's got like 4 drops in like 120 years or something out of it, right? So it's so.
They started this experiment 120 years. Where does this rock come from?
I think it's the rock from a volcano, like the that, right? Okay. Like, you Google it, it'll be up there, mate.
Molten rock.
It's like my cat murderer, right? I was telling work the other day that my cat was murdered 10 years ago or something like that, right? And in Enfield, where my mum lives, there was a cat murderer going around. He was going around just murdering cats. He killed like 30 cats. And then I tried to Google it. Obviously nothing, because no one gives a shit about cats 10 years ago. But there's a cat murderer going around now in the same fucking area. He's killed like 8 cats. I'll try and find that for you. But anyway, so they think that space is actually a liquid. Not like what, like the opposite of the thing that I just explained. And that's why it's expanding, because it's so, it's liquid, and it means, you know, liquid will always expand, but it's a hypothesis. But it's fucking baffling. I do love space, I have to say, because it's so alien. And like, do you ever take your kids out and go like out into the countryside and look at the stars or some shit?
I take them out to the countryside. I don't take them out to the countryside to look at stars. I'd say, let's wait here till nightfall.
No, what, you don't go in the day. Fucking go at nighttime. Like my dad used to take us out, right? And we'd drive, I don't know, like half an hour to get away from the city, and then because it would be summer,
and then he'd say to you, "Stay here, Jamie. I'll be right back."
I love you, Dad.
Yeah. And 3 days would pass, and you'd be like, "I best start walking home."
What's the thing of Mice and Men when he goes, "Look at the rabbits, Lenny," and he shoots Lenny in the back of the head? Spoiler if you haven't read the book.
I was thinking about AI when they take the little robot boy.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Have you not?
No, it's a spoiler. That was good though, wasn't it? Jude Law, maybe. That film.
Yeah, Jude Law. Yeah. I think you haven't seen it.
I haven't. I just have great film knowledge. Like, well, what do you want? Right. Anyway, so you go to the stars, and that's when I got like, and you'd look at the Milky Way, and this is in England, and it's baffling. Mm. I mean, everyone will have that. You look at the stars, it doesn't make sense. Like, anyway, the space aside, the fact that the Earth is heavy everywhere, but it floats, it annoys me. And he's killed himself. Sometime. There you go. That was my thought of the day. Now we can do. Hold on, I've actually got the jingle for this. I apologise in advance.
Have we actually discussed any? Oh no, we did talk a bit about miniature painting, but
the podcast has never been about painting.
I just thought with Martin and Arnell being on it, they might have pulled you back towards painting.
I try my utmost to just get away from
anything
that.
But painting. Yeah.
Well, the episodes we're doing are like 2 hours long now, right? Each episode that we do.
Wow.
And it's because.
What's your drop off? In this
actually, I don't know. Let me have a look. It's like 60% on Spotify. But then when you've got 4 listeners on Spotify, it only takes 1, 2 or 3 of them to listen, right? And then it will be... So that drop-off is not impressive when it's so few people. On YouTube, it's like, 18%, something like that. It's dire. I mean, this one will be worse, I reckon, because there's no paint. Because there's no... what's the word? Painting. Right, anyway. So... Oh, how did I break that? Anyway... I spend about an hour talking shit, and then that we get about an hour of real painting, like good. There's a pattern though right now. Basically, I have a problem.
Yeah.
Arnau has a solution, and Martin comes in with some nidbits and some extra special spice. That's basically.
And then you never act on the advice. It's the same.
Well,
it's
Lionel,
the same.
do you want? Guess what I did the last 3 days, right, with my magic cards?
Build a great deck.
No, but that takes me fucking ages because I have to read every card. I don't know what they do. I've organised all of my cards by. I only keep 4 of each one. I order them alphabetically and by colour.
Nice.
3 days I spent, and I could have been painting in that time. So, the age-old adage of you're not painting. But no, to be honest, I was away for a week, wasn't I? In work? It's just excuses, bullshit, isn't it? So what if I was away for 6 days for work? I could have spent the 7th painting. Right, here you go. I'm going to push this button, and I apologise if it's too loud. Oh, it doesn't work. Hold on. No, why doesn't it work? Did I break it? All right, whatever. Grotbusters is the jingle goes like, I've got it. Oh, no, I don't. But he's an orc, okay? I can't remember the beginning. Right, so here's the premise, all right, Lionel? I give you the initials. It's GS, okay? He's bloody nicked my jeans.
Jean stealer.
Right. So that's the example. That's the easy one. Okay. We're gonna get harder now. Okay. Right. You ready? And for the
my
listeners,
Warhammer knowledge is terrible.
Well, it's only 40k.
Okay.
Aren't you better at 40k? So you do Horus Heresy.
Yeah, marginally, but I've not.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not been. Yeah.
The initial is S. Okay.
Right.
He did what? He put the lizard in the oven.
Put the lizard in the oven.
Yeah.
I already know there's people screaming at the.
Well, no, these are repeats, so I didn't think only new ones. So the listeners should be getting it like this, but the fact that we've only got 4, 5, 6.
He put the lizard in the oven.
He did what? He put the lizard in the oven. Bearing in mind, Lionel and Martin get a week to think of this. So
Lionel and Martin, or Arnau and Martin. How many Lionels are there on the show?
Oh, fucking hell.
It needs to be multiplied.
It literally is like having kids. I get the names wrong so often.
Yeah, I know. When you're angry and you're shouting at them, and then they'll turn around and say, "That's not my name. I don't care." You know who I'm talking.
So
I don't know. I can only think of Slaanesh. Edge. That's the only thing that's coming to my head.
What is a lizard? Another word for like a lizard, like that begins with
a reptile.
S. Yeah, I mean that makes more sense. It's not that though. They're fiery. What are lizards that are hot?
Salamander.
Yeah. Salamander. Well done, mate. Right. The next one is LR.
Oh, that was 10 years. Right. LR.
Yeah. LR. Okay.
Right.
2 words. Those bloody raiders should go back to the sea.
Land Raiders.
Yeah, boy. Well, yeah. Nice. That's good. Are now shit. This one is just H. I hardly wins anything, me, after losing a scratch card. Like losing on the scratch card. I hardly's win anything.
I hardly's?
H.
H. Winner.
Harlequins. I hardly wins.
What are you talking? Where have you got that from?
It's Harlequins.
What, did Harlequins not win things?
No, but I just wanted to do something that rhymed with Harlequins. Right. You know what's funny, right, Lionel? These clues that I give these people, right? Because look, the listeners that we have, those 6 listeners, they're idiots, right? Because they keep listening. They keep coming back to this show
for more punishment.
Yeah, and we're not giving them anything, right? We're giving them this shit, and they keep coming back, right? Well, 6 of them.
Robbing time.
You never get those 2 hours back each week. And we have a great time recording it. But the clues are borderline, dare I say, retarded. But people get them. It's amazing.
Right.
So I don't know if that's a social comment on me or them. Anyway, well done. So you got...
I think the Harlequin one was tenuous.
Yeah, well, so was the Salamanders one. 2 out of 3, though. That's very good.
Not very patronising. 2 out of 3, Lionel. Very good.
Well done, mate. I've got... I'm going to start introducing adverts to the podcast.
Right.
But I made the adverts.
Yeah, don't bother with paid sponsorship. That's a monk's game. That's a monk's game. Spend more time making up adverts.
I got some good ideas, I tell you.
That'll bring in their revenue.
My only problem is, do you want to do what... Should we do what Alfonso used to do to you? I'll get you to do voiceovers.
They're not used them. I literally thought about that 2 days ago because somebody else has asked me to do, ironically, a voiceover.
Don't do it.
And it took me straight back to that time where I was up till 1 a.m.
You're a good friend.
1 a.m, yeah, and then following day, yeah, we're not going to use it. We're just going in a different direction.
You specifically are the reason why we're not going in that direction. We need someone less like a news presenter. I remember him asking you, Lionel, I want you because you sound like a news presenter.
Yeah, I want you because you sound quite posh. And then he went, yeah, we put it over there, and it just sounded too posh. So,
it's good. I mean, it's like
you
it
did
worked.
exactly what was on the brief, and that's
you nailed it. You nailed it.
Going with you.
Didn't want it. Too good, if anything. Right. I got another segment that I've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
We had these 2 segments. Okay, things I hate. There was a jingle, and it was like this. Things I hate. It was the daughter.
I don't doubt the jingles. I'm still of the view you create new segments because you love to create the jingle.
Someone has to.
It's often a jingle looking for a segment rather than the other way around.
I mean, I have built my career on jingles. In fairness, although I guess the new listeners haven't been anyway. And the other one is things I hate. Okay.
I think you just said things you hate.
No, things I love. Oh, well, fuck it. I don't know.
You led with things, yeah. Right, okay.
Whatever.
So the yin and yang of Jamie.
Yeah, well, I've not done them in like 3 months.
Right.
Do you want one?
Yeah. Are they hobby related or are they just generally things?
Of course they're not. What are you talking about?
Is it like thought of the day? Got nothing to do with minutes.
It's got absolutely. Right, let's get back on track. I
mean,
right.
I'm game if you're game.
We'll do it in a minute. We've had too much fun now. We've had at least 25 minutes of absolute bullshit, nothing to do with the show. Right. The meat of it, okay? The new segment, the jingle for meat of it, I'm vegetarian. Okay?
Right.
That's the jingle. Can you step away from the hobby and still be a painter? And you and I we both have stepped away.
Fallen completely off.
But happily, you know?
Yeah.
I wasn't. So.
And when you say still be a painter, you mean paint miniatures or just paint in general?
I mean, for us, miniatures, I guess, because.
Okay.
It just doesn't make sense otherwise, right? Yeah, and it's an open-ended question.
Is this an AI question? Because it sounds.
No, we don't use
silly.
AI here. We don't use AI.
Oh, right, okay.
AI is evil, Lionel.
Because it's a bit like it's a bit like that contradiction where the universe is expanding and the universe is infinite. If you've stepped away from the hobby, but you still paint, you haven't stepped away from the hobby. It's one or the other.
I laugh less. It's like if a tree falls down in the jungle and no one hears it, does it make a sound? Right? It's similar.
Yeah, but the question...
It does make a sound. No, the question is, I'll rephrase it. If you're not painting, are you still painting? No, really, it's much more like, do we still keep the brain of painters? Do we lose our touch? Do we, like, Jason is a good example. You could put him in a field of shit and he'll find some photos of beauty or something, right? And he'll be like, fuck, you guys look at that. And you'll be like, well, shit, I never thought that you could make that look good. But he could. He definitely could. I wouldn't have thought that would tickle you.
He's such a beautiful soul. Like, you walk around Monty with him and he'll just stop and he'll be like, Jason, what's wrong? He'd be like, I just saw this and I just had to take a photo of it. And I went, all right, mate. It's a must.
I've spoken, yeah, exactly. I've spoken about this in the podcast, right? How he'd go, I'll be like, oh, I can't see anything there. And he shows you the photo and you're like, whoa, where the fuck have you, like, I'm not looking at the same thing. Because basically the conversation we had was, what is art with our now, right? And our now doesn't believe that anything is art unless you meant it to be art. Like I was like, is nature art? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, is a kid's drawing art? And he was like, no, fuck me, that's the opposite of art. I mean, there's a whole like 2-hour conversation and we had like 100 views on that video because no one gives a shit about art. And it was way too highbrow, I think. Anyway, so is painting something you do or is something that you are? I think do. That's the meat of it. That's the meat of it. It's carrying on from the same question.
You changed the question 3 times.
Yeah, because you didn't get it. So I'm like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like for me, I don't consider myself a painter. Is the reality, I think, and I've worked this out over the last few months, spending too much time with Arnau. Like, have you seen Arnau's work? Because I don't think I'd ever cognitively clocked that he could paint. Like,
what are you talking about?
I just, it's the way my brain works. I don't realize something until I see it, even though it's been there the whole time. Right?
He's done box arts for Dragonhead. You've gone to Golden Demon with him.
No,
when he's entered Golden Demon and won trophies.
Like,
at what point?
I know he paints,
right?
But I never knew he was good. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, for example.
Really. I feel that this is a bit like the universe is infinite, but it's also expanding again. Yeah.
Oh, how do I explain this? Like, fuck. I get it with everything in my life. Until I understand something, I just don't. It's there, but I don't. It's why I don't do politics, or why I'm never sad, or because I don't.
I'm never sad.
Well,
you don't understand sadness, so I just don't get sad.
Exactly. I'm too stupid to sometimes feel it. Right. Like I was never bullied at school. Right. And I've never been bullied in any capacity. And so my mate turned around.
When I look back at it, I was bullied every day.
I still don't think I am. And my mate was like, yeah, you were. I was like, no, I wasn't. He was like, you were definitely bullied, mate. I was like, I think I'd know if I was bullied. He was like, well, like people would call you like stupid and you'd be like, you're a weirdo. They'd call me gay. I had like, people would ask me all the time, am I gay? Right? Non-stop. Because I'd always talk about dicks and cocks and shit, right? It doesn't, anyway. So they were like, I was like, I was not bullied. I still don't think I was bullied. The example actually doesn't work because it needs to be something that I've suddenly realized. Playing football for years.
Yeah.
Winning headers. I'd hold the person off and win the header. Someone told me you can just jump. And I was like, and then it clocked. I could jump. I'd never thought to do that before, ever. And I don't.
But you must have watched football matches where they jump.
Exactly. So this is the whole thing. And I see all my mates are jumping when they're winning headers and shit like that, right? But I'd never cognitively clocked to do it. So I'd never did it. And I never thought I was missing something. And it's the same with Arnau's painting.
Right.
I'd never, like, in fact, it's another thing. I'd never in football used I help people off, but I'd never boshed people. I'd never like gone in hard. And then one day it clicked and I could start doing it. And that happened with me with Arnau. He's really good at painting. And it's not just like, oh, there's a good paint job. It's like he understands painting. I look at his stuff and I'm like, it's way better than I ever thought he was, if you get what I mean. Like he's a real painter, and that influenced me to like realize that I'm not a painter, basically.
But no, sorry, I'm thinking, I'm just conscious. But you're on the journey of being a painter, aren't you?
Do you see yourself as a painter? And then we can go into it.
Well, at the moment, probably not, because I'm not doing it, am I? But let's go back 2 years ago. That's the meat
of the question, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. I forgot.
Right.
If you're not
like because you're not painting, you're still a painter. Maybe can you take a break and still be a painter? But maybe not if you're saying that you've not painted in 2 years.
Oh, I think you can be. It depends on how much knowledge you're retaining. I think what you're saying is, have you still got it in the locker to be able to do?
Well,
and I think certain aspects will get rusty, but I think certain core principles will always remain.
I think it's more like if you took the phone away from Jason, he's still going to be a twat, right? Taking photos of stuff and making it look nice.
Don't say that.
Jason's not going to take offense. He knows that I not love him, but we I like Jason a lot.
He's still going to have an artistic eye.
That's right, and so will Alfonso, and so will Arnau.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas I think for the majority of us painting, I don't think we're painters in a really weird way, because I feel like okay, maybe I'm just talking for myself. I'm just painting by numbers, right?
I know what you're saying. Like, for example, I've seen Albert. I don't go on there much, but I've seen him on even the last 3 days. He's put up a photo of a building with an arch. And clearly, he's put that up because he's seen some beauty in the architecture and I'm not
going to see
a building.
Yeah, a dirty old building, right?
Yeah. So yeah, in that sense, those individuals, you stick them in somewhere, they will find something where you're I can take something away from that. So if you're talking about the artist eye,
well, kind of, more or less, I guess. Yeah, like it's much more. Yeah, it's basically around that, and how I don't think that we're. I don't know if it's rude or cutting or anything, like to say that most of the people who paint models aren't painters. I don't feel like it is, because in my mind now I'm forming this opinion that like a painter is someone who just understands and lives it and breathes it, but not because they feel forced.
No, aren't you? Isn't there a differentiation there between artist and painter? So they're all painters.
Yeah, maybe.
But the individuals who have that eye are artists.
But then is your kid a painter because they do like scribbles on a piece of paper? They are painting. It's a difficult thing to define, isn't it?
They're actively painting, but they're not artists.
Well, that might sum up more what I feel. Then I don't feel like an artist. I don't know if this is. I think I spoke about this before. Like, it's not an imposter syndrome because I'm not trying to be something I'm not. Imposter syndrome in my mind is like, let's say I'm talking it up, but
imposter syndrome is where you've actually arrived, but you don't believe you. So if Arnau didn't think he was a good painter, that's imposter syndrome.
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah,
you are. Yeah.
So it goes years back, right? The whole conversation when I did the Azerman statue, and then you were like, right, do you feel great about it? And I was like, well, no, I don't feel good or bad about it because I didn't paint it. Alfonso painted it. Obviously, I physically painted it, and that's I've kind of had that same mentality now the whole time where I'm like, I don't feel like I can express myself. That might sum it up well, actually. But I'd never wanted to express myself before. I'd get a box art, I'd copy a box art, I'd look at someone else's for reference and try and replicate roughly what they've done. But I'd never sit down and look at a piece. But then again, Arnau's like always have references and copy it. But so maybe not copy is not the right word, but draw inspiration from it.
You find inspiration, as opposed to a direct copy.
Yeah. And I think I've tried to do that, but I just can't do it. Man, I don't know. Fuck it. Like,
but I mean, like I said, once you start looking at other sources, I think it might come. Like I said, I'm seeing a lot of stuff now from the graphic novels I'm reading. Film's a big one for me. I go to the cinema at least once a week. You see stuff there. You see the way things are interpreted and how, particularly with certain directors, how things are captured.
I see it more now than I used to. I don't know if directors are just becoming more different or there's less films, but I can see now director styles more than I ever could before.
Yeah. No, I think that's because you've been around it more, so you can make that differentiation. I think it's always been there.
Yeah, can't tell. Did you see the Leonardo DiCaprio one?
Yeah, we've spoken about it. One battle after another. Yeah.
I've been talking to my mates more about this, and they still don't understand it's a comedy. It's not a comedy, but its undertones are, in my opinion, extremely comedic.
Yeah, I think it's got multiple themes.
It's like a comedy drama, isn't it? Sort of thriller, basically.
Yeah,
and some really good scenes. But yeah, right, we've spoken about it. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I guess you can still be a painter if you're not painting.
Yeah.
Good.
That was an abrupt ending.
I feel like there's more to say on it, but you can't really say. The interesting difference is you and I aren't artists, right? And then when you add in our now, and also it's funny to see the difference in our now from the Stowe when we were doing it to how he is invested now.
Right. In painting again.
In the podcast and talking about painting.
Okay.
Like I realized looking back now, he wasn't as committed as he is now. And the irony that there was always one of us who wasn't into painting, us three. Like, us three started, it was me.
Yeah.
You left. Now it's you. Me and now. Although that said, mine's slipping away, so I need to get that back. Right. So, do you want to do Dr. Lovebrush?
Why not? It's a new segment.
It is. There's I haven't actually got the maybe I do have a jingle for it.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
I had a period where I didn't have many jingles. Basically, it's like a doctor's there and I can't remember what the jingle was. Oh well, I did it. I made it up the other week. Okay, we can ask these again. Would you like the same for a single model instead of an army? That doesn't make any sense. Was thinking might be a nice touch. No, that's also not. I've copied these in without reading them. Okay, they were both from
these
Paul.
These are definitely AI generated.
No, they're not. They're real questions. I just don't know what the context is from. From Paul.
Lionel.
Paul was there. Paul's an old school listener. In fairness, what's the best background for taking pictures, and why is it black?
It's not. Well, arguably, did they say grey's the best background in order to show off your painting? Black's the best background because it's a bit more forgiving in terms of contrast? I'm sure.
No, they're asking us. We're the experts here.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And then what's white for?
White's actually, yeah, because black and white are the extremes. Grey shows off all the colours.
I've never seen a grey photo. Oh, like a darker grey.
Darker grey, and doesn't it show off the brush strokes more? I remember that conversation.
There you go, LG. That's good. Right, hold on. I'm gonna pause it. So, did you blackmail Lionel to get him back on the show? We're recording. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Well, no. You said basically, look, Lionel, I've got no co-hosts. I've tried everybody else.
The last. You are the bottom.
You're the last person I'm calling. Yeah. Come on, for old time's sake. I've got those photos of you, and I went, fair enough.
Well, Frogman did say, "Will you be wearing clothes?" Because he'd like it if you weren't. Favorite ice cream? How? You won't.
Frogman?
He's in our Discord. You might. Right, okay. Yeah. How is painting going? So that's a good question. I don't think I asked. You say you're painting often, but
yeah. So at the minute, I'm in a Blood Bowl league. So Blood Bowl is probably the one miniature game that I'm playing that we really enjoy. So I had a Wood Elf team. I've now got in this current league. I've got a Norse team. And as my money's going up in the league, I'm obviously recruiting new players. So at the minute, I'm painting a Yeti. So it's going fine in the sense that it's tabletop standard. I don't put too much pressure on me, and I have got a copy of Hero Quest up there, which is still vacuum packed, which is still sealed, which I bought a couple of years ago. But I'm thinking the girls might be old enough to play with me now.
It is fantastic.
Now, yeah, I've seen that you've played it or started playing it again with Albert and Monty.
On now. Well, so 2 questions I have here is do you miss doing the podcast? Is the first question.
I miss elements of it. So like now, today, it's good doing it, but I think the problem is the time tax and the commitment it required. I just couldn't give. And since stepping away from it and exploring other interests, they've kind of filled up that time. But like I said to you, the main reason for doing it was just so that we could get together and talk.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather that we got together in person than over a podcast.
Well, I think I've matured. I don't, that's not the right word because it's not immature to do the cast or the painting, but I'm realizing that the time spent together, like when we met up. So we Arnaud and I met up in Lionel, and we went to his local gaming store and we did an evening of gaming. Yeah, I mean, and we played those random games, and those mates of yours. Hopefully, I wasn't too offensive, but it's very, very fun. Basically, and it's far outweighs spending an evening painting, ironically, at least to the level that we were painting. And I think, I don't know if this is true, but the times I had fun painting was when I was not stressed about it. Stressed isn't maybe the right word, but I can't resolve this. I don't know how to do X, Y, Z, right? And I'm really struggling to get this finished that I want or something. Versus going to and playing with your mates a game, a board game, whatever, and just having a lot of fun.
Yeah. But then again, for me, isn't painting the stepping stone in the sense that you're either painting an army because you're going to end up playing with somebody, gaming with somebody, which is the social element, or you're painting a competition piece because you're going to go to an event and socialize with people.
Yeah, but the hours spent, so the model thing was great. Like the models, the armies that I've painted, I've got an absolute shitload of Elder. They didn't take me long to do because they're not painted well. And they're fun. I can watch TV, I do the basing, I do the blah, 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 right? That I really enjoyed because it was quick. I didn't think about it. I don't have some burnt memory in my brain of it being difficult. But painting competitions, like to where you and I wanted to be, masters, you really have to put a fucking lot of hours in to get to that level.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm trying to learn how to strip away. I don't want to spend 5 hours a day painting unless I'm having fun. So the Zerman I painted, genuinely I had fun painting it because I was free and it was just fun. It was coming together. So but now I think about all the times that we've met up, we've gone to Monty, we've played board games with Albert, etc. Those memories are way, way more fun than I ever had of painting. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
so it's like it's that's a pickle. Okay.
I think just quick on that point as well to get philosophical. My camera's gone as well. As I've got older, I've just realised, and particularly pursuing other interests, that time is such a precious commodity. Yeah. It's the one thing you never get back. Like, ironically, we chase different goals, don't we? Money, for example. And you realise actually how easy it is to accumulate that resource, but what is very difficult to accumulate is time. And money comes, money goes, but time, you just don't get it back. So I really value time now, particularly with how I've used it since we've not been doing the podcast and what I've done with it. It's another reason, like you say, you ask yourself, I could spend X amount of hours painting this model, but is there something I could be doing which would probably bring me more joy or more benefit?
Yeah. And the irony, this is a miniature and painting podcast.
I know. I've just realised as I finish that sentence, I'm not really flying the flag, am I?
No, but it's true. Like more and more, right? My slogan or my saying is everything works out, right? And Like the podcast, all those hours you put in and bemoaned us like blah blah blah, taking ages and this is shit and no one get. But it taught you to appreciate your time, right?
It did, yeah.
Like it took away your time, and it made you and that's what I think. If I do painting and I enjoy it, then great. But if I don't do it, it doesn't matter. Like I don't want to have this burden that I put on myself that ironically strips away the fun as well. However, I'm doing that right now, so we'll see if I can live that. In fact, it was these guys that reminded me that you got bronze in. I actually had 100% forgotten that you had bronze. Completely.
Your mind deleted it because it was too painful.
Yeah, I liked it when you were beneath me. You know, you would shit on my shoe that I could scrape off on the curb. It was good. I'm glad you won for you, but hold on, I've got to click my back. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's been good. It's been good to catch up and realize that maybe I'm also down the wrong path. I need to paint for fun, and that's what Taskmasters is for. Is for fun. Yeah. It's not for this stress, and I have put a bit of pressure on myself to paint better. I don't want to be better like I place competitions. Better to how I imagine I want to paint.
Are you still gaming? Are you still attending the tournaments?
No, I haven't played since September. I've completely stopped. I don't even read the rules. I don't do anything. I had a few. My mentor online. A little bit toxic by the end and cheating a little bit and stuff like that. And I think
mentor online?
The guy who I played with mostly online.
All right. You said mentors, like they were teaching you.
They were. Like we were playing a lot and like he's a nice guy, really nice guy. And he might not have been. It might have just been in my head, right? But the reality was I felt that way. And then it soured it a bit. And then I played these tournaments, and the last tournament I played against a guy I know from Germany. And I realized like, that's not where I want to, like he was doing loads of rule interactions and stuff. And I just got fucked by it. Right. And about an hour in the game, I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to concede because I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like we spent 20 minutes trying to work out how I could do this thing with this rule interaction. Obviously he wasn't helping me. It was a tournament and stuff. And I was like, oh, fuck this. Like,
yeah, but I think when you're playing at that level, though, you've got to expect those personalities, haven't you?
Well, not really. It's a local tournament. There's no stakes.
It's a tournament, though.
Yeah, well, that's what. So since because I spoke to him a lot about it afterwards, and he's since said like, do you know what I realize now? Not specifically our game, but like the game is more fun when it's relaxed. And I was like, yeah, mate, I've been trying to tell you that. Like, when I play my games, every tournament I've ever played, and I've finished okay, right? Like 200th out of 1,000th. It's probably my best finish in the biggest tournament. And I was still always open and reminding people and not trying to catch them out. And these are my rules. Don't forget them. Like, oh, wait, mate, if you do this, you're going to get fucked over something shit.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen in this game, right? And I just realized, and it wasn't, as you say, it's a tournament, so he's completely within his right to do it. But I just realized I'm more into painting now. We'd had the podcast for 2 months. I was like, fuck it. I mentally I've switched off completely so now I was fully on painting, but now Magic has actually grabbed my attention quite drastically.
Yeah.
Because it is a very good game. So I'm looking forward to bringing my deck and spanking your little ass. I've got a good Spider-Man deck.
Is that the only series you've got at the minute, Spider-Man?
And Lorwyn. And an old. Is
Norwin a good deck, or have you just bought a few boosters and built a symbol?
I bought like 5 collector booster boxes and like 4.
Oh right, so you got in hard.
Yeah, of course. It's just it's
the only one
addiction, isn't it?
I'm gonna go in hard on the Turtles one, because obviously that was a big influence on me growing up. But the art's amazing. That's
but I'm
next week, isn't it?
Yes, fucking. I'm actually a bit worried because I'm sort of semi-vowed to not buy much more Magic.
I know.
And Marvel's coming out.
Marvel looks good. And Marvel really good. Marvel the full suite as well.
That's why
it's commander decks, it's boosters, it's collector's cards, it's
not a mini that was. And then there's Hobbit coming out in August.
Oh, are they doing Hobbit?
Yeah, and it looks amazing.
Well, that's perfect for you. I mean, I'll limit myself to a pre-release on that, but like I did with Avatar. But that's obviously going to be your poison, isn't it?
Well, I've done Lord of the Rings. Me and I now bought a booster box.
When did that come? Is that old?
2023. It's old.
It's still exists. I know, yeah, because I saw a photo of you two just opening an entire booster box of Spider-Man. So what do? You just bought a booster box each?
Yeah, but they're 80 quid a booster box.
Is that it now?
They're really, because no one buys them. I was like, wow, that's cheap.
Ours are reduced locally. I don't think they're as cheap as 80. But yeah, the thing is, the hardcore players don't like the IPs.
Yeah. I get it as well. And they're a bit of a joke in terms of power. They don't have the same power as the rest.
Yeah. So you bought a box each with the idea that you just built a deck to play with each other that night. Because you'd already bought 3 boxes prior, hadn't you?
I privately had, or 2 at that point.
Right. Okay.
And I bought I bought the collector booster box for 450 quid, which ironically now they're 250.
Yeah, they're overpriced in my view. I mean, even a booster pack is what, £30 for 20 cards?
Yeah. 15 cards, 20 quid. I mean, yeah, for all you listeners, we are talking Magic, and you can just tune off now. But yeah, in fact, we should just finish and then carry on the conversation, because who wants to hear us talking about Magic? I mean, some people who collect Magic, but...
Well, on the basis that we're not really talking about painting the entire cast. If they're with us now, they're with us for the duration, aren't they?
Well, yeah, I'll sum up. I love Magic, and I really want to play someone, but I've got no one to play with, and I don't really want to go to like the local club and play here.
I mean, the thing I'm enjoying at the minute is I've got an informal group. They used to play Magic. They've jumped back into it, but we don't play with the other card players because I'll just get massacred and it'll destroy it for me. I mean, they're like a beautiful mind, those people. When they'll open 6 booster packs, see the pattern, put together something together. I get the impression Arnau's a bit like that, though.
He's not played anything modern, but he knows Magic well. He played it for like 3 years or something, 4 years when he was younger. And he knows Magic. It'd be like me playing Warhammer, I guess, in 4 or 5 years or something.
Yeah.
The
base mechanics.
And I've done and the tactics and how to like pressure players and how to try and win games. Like I must have done like 10,000 games of Warhammer or something in 2 years. So I did play a lot. It's probably not quite that high. 5 games a week.
Yeah, 10,000 seems like a big number.
Sometimes I was playing 15 a week.
Right.
But yeah, like online. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you'd reset after an hour when you realise you're getting spanked, and then you could talk through the rest of the game and then start again. Yes, he's not beating me badly, but that's because he hasn't got a power deck, and we're both playing like super casual, and the way it should be, right? I think at least for now, you don't want to get into that like casual competitive side, but I can feel myself getting drawn into it.
It's ironic when I used to walk past the card player section and I'd be like, why do they spend so much on just cardboard? And they're there ripping parts, so they don't appreciate it. And then now I'm completely a card bro now, and the miniature players are down there. It doesn't interest me at all. And there's something about that childhood thing about opening, like a packet of stickers and looking for the shiny one. There's that. It's tapping into that. And I think that's the thing, because obviously I got back into the comic books, which hit the nostalgia for me. It just reminded me of when I was young and going down to the comic book shop. And then the magic is the packets of stickers, isn't it? It's opening and seeing what you've got.
As an adult, actually being excited. So what I've just realized now is by organizing. So I threw away like this box is full of Magic cards, right?
Right.
Like it's pretty full.
Right.
Because they're all my duplicates. So I only want 4 of each card.
Yeah.
Unless I might take them across multiple decks. But it's made me realize now that when I'm going to open a pack, I'm going to know what's I've got, need. And I'll be like, oh shit, I need that card.
The classic opening packets is got, need.
Yeah. And they'll be like, right, that's Shiny's 2 cards, 2 stickers, yeah.
Right, yeah. We had so they took the mick out of me because obviously I was playing Dragon Ball Z. That's another card game I've been playing. The art in that is beautiful. And I sleeved the 4 shiny ones, and they're taking the mickey out of me because they were basically saying you're cheating because the deck's loaded. I said, what do you mean? It says, well, you've marked your cards. I said, honestly, I never thought that at all. I sleeved them because they were shinies. and I did, for me, they were just more precious and needed protecting.
Rightly so. Yeah. I am enjoying it. I'm annoyed at how much I'm enjoying it. Yeah, because I'm scared.
Yeah, I know, because of your past. I've actually bought packets of cards, and the guys have gone, go on, then open them. Let's see what you got. And I went, no, I'm taking them home. and it's like on a Saturday morning, once I sort the kids out, and I'm sat there, I'll sit there where my graphic novels are, and I'll religiously just like open them and slowly flip. Whereas I see them rip them open. No.
That makes me sick, actually.
I drink it all in.
I go, like literally, they'll open them and then they'll go to the end where and they'll just go rip. No. I look through each one, look at the artwork. Yeah. I'll be interested to see if that changes now I know literally every fucking card in this deck because I've organised them all.
Do you know roughly how many you're missing then from that collection?
Only the comic book versions, which in theory
really?
Is different.
You got everything else?
Yeah. Wow. I mean, 3 booster boxes.
Yeah, I suppose so. You know what? I might get a booster box.
80 quid. It's like, I wonder if they've gone up because so many people bought them.
Part of me's thinking I might wait for the turtles to hit because then they'll drop further.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, can they get more cheap though? Surely they can't get cheaper than like production cost.
Well, they're just taking up shelf space, aren't they? They just want to get rid.
Okay, it's 100 quid now on Amazon, so it's gone up a little bit.
Yeah, I think in my local store it's about 90. You know, it might even be 80, like you said. I think it might even be 80
because they just want to shift them at that point, right?
Yeah, because you're just taking up shelf space. Because since then, there's been Avatar, which came out afterwards. They've had the fairies and elves one, and then they've got Lorwyn, and then they've got Turtles in 2 weeks' time. So it's just dead money.
Bloody exciting! That is the truth of it. We should wrap up. I just forgot that we're on a cast there for a second. Thank you, Lionel.
Thanks for having me back for a brief period.
Yeah. Well, next week's another one-on-one with myself and Martin. We're going to dig into his origins, his journey from where he became a painter. It doesn't last long. Yeah, just like from Arnau and I did one where we literally go through his whole painting career, basically. We'll do the same for Martin.
That'll be interesting seeing how he went in-house, obviously.
How bad or good he was at the start as well. Yeah. Right. Thank you, boys. That's what I used to say when they're here.
When there are 2 boys here.
Yeah. Thank you, boy.
Thank you, boy.
Right. See you.
Right, see you later, guys.